Hey there, good evening everyone, and welcome to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show. This is a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So here we are, the first episode of the week, for the week of the 9th through the 15th, for those of you who like to know what the dates are. This show is titled This Week. It basically just chronologically talks about what will be happening on the channel this week and what may be upcoming in future weeks and months ahead. So, not really that complicated a show. I just like to give people a heads up. Some people like to know what they're going to be watching and how to schedule themselves for it. So we have 5 shows this week, including this one, plus my series, which is on running, which is now I can't remember what it is. Dynamic duos, of course. Yeah. Every once in a while I get this little brain kind of cramp and nothing's going through. My mouth's moving, but nothing's going from here to there. I'm not sure why that happens. Maybe it's stage fright. Could be. You never know. Anyways, I've got 5 of those series videos coming out this week, one for each day, all coming out in the morning at 8 o'clock. They're not too hard to do. The hardest part was all the prep work at the beginning to pick the 30 dynamic duos for the thing and then order them. All that was the work. The rest of it is just talking about it, and they're not particularly long, so it doesn't take as long. That's what I like about them. Okay, so other than that, the other show is, of course, Ben's Album Challenge, which a lot of people tend to like quite a bit. And to this week, he's given me a Canadian band of all bands called Jackal, one that I'm not actually overly familiar with. I believe I had heard of them, but I didn't realize they were Canadian. But I haven't really listened to anything by them. And so the album he gave me was called Awake. I'll listen to it a little bit, but not enough yet to give any kind of real strong opinion about. But it will come out tonight. I will listen to the entire thing again, and it'll come out tonight. So that's the Ben's Album Challenge for the week, and that comes, of course, on Sunday nights. So Monday night is my normal show, which is Monday Night Look Back at a Classic Rock Album. This week I've chosen to do Genesis, and Then There Were Three. It's the last of the classic albums that I haven't done. The only one I haven't done. This is an album that took me some time to get into. I've had the album for, God, it must be over 30 years I've had this album. Yeah, sometime back in the late 80s I got it. I didn't really listen to it until I started listening to those albums that were still wrapped in the late 90s, early 2000s. But I've been listening to this album for about 20 years. It took a while to get into this album, but once I got into it, there are some tracks on it I quite like. So it'll be a fun look back at another classic rock album on Monday. Okay, so on Wednesday night, we have my Wednesday night favorites, which will feature a ranking episode. I haven't done too many ranking episodes. I'm kind of anal about liking to have all of the albums present before I actually do the ranking. Although I have done, I think the Gabriel one, I didn't have Gabriel 1, which I still haven't been able to find, but I'm still looking for it. But I did do the ranking despite not having that. This one, I do have the ranking. This is a short ranking episode featuring these 3 guys, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. We're going to talk about these 3 albums. I'm going to rank them, and it's not a difficult assignment. I pretty much knew how they were going to go. However, it'll be an interesting talk anyways about the Jimi Hendrix Experience albums. I thought I'd give them more attention since I just did my psychedelic snack yesterday, and I gave them a little bit of love, but I want to give them some more serious attention this time. Okay, and I also forgot to, this is the Genesis album we'll be doing for Monday night's look back. I know it's a little scratchy looking, this This thing has been in my car, it's been in my garage, it's been everywhere. Not in the best of condition. Probably will end up replacing it at some point, but for now we'll use it. Okay, so then from there we go to the new Saturday afternoon rotation. So we had the psychedelic snack last week. I've decided I'm going to put it at 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't know why I chose that time. I just decided that looked like a good time, and I didn't want to do it right on the hour. For some reason I wanted to be different, so I decided to be different in a lot of ways for that video. And this week it's part of the rotation, so the psychedelic snack goes every second week, and the week that it isn't going will be filled in by the live experience, which is basically I've moved a show that I once had on Friday night, live experience, up until the winter time, I think, or maybe was it around Christmas? It could have been around Christmas that I decided to move it because I have another commitment on Fridays now. And so this will go as a bi-weekly episode, and it will feature either a live album, a live concert, or a live experience, or perhaps it'll be a YouTube concert of some kind or a DVD of some kind. Anyways, it'll chronologize something live. For this next one, we're going to do this album, Judas Priest, Unleashed in the East. I've heard so many good things about this album. I have actually, Unleashed in the East, and it's live in Japan, of course, if you can read that there along the side, this side here. Nice shot of Rob Halford there. Anyways, I've heard a lot of good stuff about this album. I've actually heard bits and pieces of this album over the years. Every once in a while they'll play a track on the radio, or when I used to listen to the radio quite a bit. Not a lot of tracks on here. There's only 9, and plus they've added 4 bonuses to it. So I've heard bits and pieces of it over the years, always liked it, but for whatever reason we never came into possession of it until I ordered it off the Laser's Edge. He had it at a good price, and I thought, you know what, it's a must-have album. I think if you're putting out a list of live albums that are must-have live albums, this has got to be one of them. So we'll be doing that album on Saturday afternoon next week for the 1:30 show, and I hope we'll get some Judas Priest fans to watch. That would be nice, because I don't know a lot about this. I only know that a lot of things have been said that are good about it. So I'm going to give it a listen throughout the week, and then we'll do it on the Saturday. Okay. Other than that, the series is going along fairly well. I've had some episodes that have done extremely well. The Kiss one surprised me when I woke up in the morning. It was over 100 views, and then now it's approaching 500 views. That's the thing about Kiss, though. Love them or hate them, they can't ignore them. That's for certain. So I'm glad I put them in. I had debated about putting them in just because I don't listen to them nearly as much as I once did, but they deserve to be on this list. To me, they absolutely, those two guys deserve to be there, so I was happy to do it. So this week we've got some interesting bands again. I've tried to stay away from those bands that have maybe that great singer and great guitar player, but the great singer might also be a fantastic bass player or a fantastic keyboardist or something. So if he's like that, if he's a vocalist but he's primarily a keyboardist, or he's primarily a bass player or a drummer or something like that, I'm not going to include those. So just in case people are thinking that Rush is going to finish number 1, because they're not going to, because they don't have a vocalist. They have a bassist and a guitarist, and the vocalist just happens to be a singer as well. So I'm not going to be doing those type of bands. So wanted to make that clear, because I had somebody ask me, "Oh, you just going to put Rush at the top again?" No, it's not going to happen. So I wanted to make that clear, so I did. Okay, so other than that, it won't be much longer, and once the series gets down to the nitty-gritty, I'll be starting my prep work for my AC/DC onslaught coming next month. Probably going to have all of them on Rock Legends. I don't know yet. I thought I might do 4 episodes, but I may break it down to 2 or 3. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. One thing I'm not going to have some lengthy 2-hour long episode on AC/DC. I don't think I could stay awake that long anyways. That's why I don't go to concerts, because they'd have to be waking me up at about halfway through the concert. So anyways, yeah, we'll be doing that AC/DC. It has to get done, and I want to do it next month. I'm going away for a bit of time in June, so I want to get it done next month. They deserve to have it done. They're coming up to they're in their 50th year, and I wanted to pay tribute to that. This is a band that's given me a lot of joy and good times over the years. Got to be done. And I'm hoping, I don't know if I'm going to do it kind of a chronological history or musical history, or just talk about the band's early days, middle days, late days. I don't know how I'm going to quite do it, but it'll come together when it's meant to, and I hope that it'll be enjoyable for you people out there, and especially my Australian friends who rightly so love this band. Okay, so I can't think of anything else I should bring up at the moment. So I'm going to end this video fairly short this week, not too long. It was pretty concise. Anyways, I hope you can join me for some of these episodes this week. Will be much appreciated. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm getting a bit of the ballpark effect here, where it's shadowing me out at the back. So please like and subscribe. It's much appreciated, and we'll be back next week with another episode of This Week. Take care.